U.S. officials now say in the raid at this compound, Osama bin Laden was not armed but did resist. One U.S. official tells CNN bin Laden made some kind of threatening move. Other stunning details are emerging on what U.S. Special Forces encountered as they moved room to room. U.S. and Pakistani officials say at least 17 people were in the compound at the time. As many as 24 were living there, at least 8 of them children.
In addition to the bin Laden family, 2 other families resided in the compound. One family on the first floor of the bin Laden building and one family in a second building. Bin Laden and his family were found on the second and third floor of the building.
A U.S. official tells CNN there were no armed guards around the compound. It's believed the brothers living there were trying to keep a low profile. But 2 al-Qaeda couriers were apparently armed and took on the U.S. commandos as they worked their way around the house.
On the first floor of bin Laden's building, 2 al-Qaeda couriers were killed along with a woman who was killed in crossfire.
She was not bin Laden's wife. Officials now clarify where bin Laden's wife was and what she did.
In the room with bin Laden, bin Laden's wife rushed the U.S. assaulter and was shot in the leg but not killed. Bin Laden was then shot and killed.
A U.S. official says one of bin Laden's sons was also killed, but it's not clear which one. Counter to earlier reports, this official says no one, living or dead, other than Osama bin Laden, was removed from the compound by U.S. forces. CNN's exclusive video inside the compound after the firefight shows several items crammed into a sink, bloodstains on the floor, ripped out drawers, debris in a closet. I asked CNN contributor Tom Fuentes, a former FBI assistant director who also served in Iraq, about preparations for this kind of assault. You've led SWAT teams. You've been in these pre-assault briefings. What do they tell you about civilians who may be, collateral there?
Well, you're hoping you have the best intelligence possible as to how many innocents might be present, how many are in there. And what you also don't know is, who's to say that one of the women doesn't pick up a gun and start shooting at you? Who's to say that others don't get involved in this, even children?
U.S. officials say when it was over, the non-combatants were moved to a safe location. Wolf.
A lot of them are children, so where are they now, do we know?
The Pakistani Foreign Ministry says members of bin Laden's family who were inside the compound are now what they call in safe hands, that some in need of medical care are being treated in the best facilities. You would imagine that maybe some of those kids might need some psychological treatment, but Pakistani officials also say that some of these people are going to be handed over to their countries of origin. That's their policy. So there may be some disbursement there among the people who are living in that compound.
But not necessarily handed over to the United States.
Probably not at this point.
Thanks very much, Brian, for that.